Welcome to day 4, the final day of the Romford Film Festival. My name is Jack, and first we're going to speak to the crew and say what their names are and what their role is.
My name is Jamie, director, co-producer, and I also play decent Townsend.
I'm Owen Llewelyn, and I play Alden Pick, the R.I.P Man.
Okay. Well, congratulations on making the best film to show to a child before their first dentist appointment. Yeah. The R.I.P Man is fantastic. It notoriously does not speak. How hard is it to write or even film a killer who does not speak? How do you do that?
Well, it's pretty easy to write because you don't have to write any dialogue.
Yeah.
So, and obviously there's a lot of serial killers out there, the classics that don't speak. So definitely adds an air to the mystery. I think. I can't imagine what Alden Pick would sound like if he did speak.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been done quite a lot, so.
Speaking of classics, have you got any favourites?
In the horror genre?
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
That big one.
Yeah, and The Exorcist.
Ooh, yeah.
Two classics.
Yeah. Do you have any favourite shots or sequences from this film?
My favourite shot would be when the lead actress is walking through the crowd and she turns around. There's a 21 sign behind her, and that the line was great. So that was my favourite shot.
Any favourite kills?
Favourite kill would be the throat slit, because I think a throat slit just looks so brutal, and it always makes me wince. Any kind of throat slit, it just makes me wince because it's so brutal. It's so cutthroat, so to speak.
What is the hardest thing about making a horror film?
Making a horror film is when you're dealing with blood, it's tricky.
Yeah, especially
screen. And you don't have much control. Whereas blood's good, got it basically. So that always takes time.
Yeah.
To clean everything up if you want to do the shot again. So that always takes time. So working with blood it's always tricky. But,
What was the hardest scene for you guys to film?
I mean, for me, it was that scene in the tower. That was a grueling evening, and everything seemed to go wrong for the cinematographer as well. I think he broke about 3 different things. We got that amazing, my favourite shot in the movie is when that drone goes up that tower and you see all the
that was one of my favourites.
I think that's a beautiful shot. But that shot was at the expense of the cinematographer's drone, which quickly crashed after that was filmed. and then it was an overnight shoot, and it was in March, I believe, which gets brutally cold when it comes to the middle of the night. And we were all so... I remember fantasizing about my car's radiator by the end of that shoot. And but I just remember, very towards the end, the cinematographer's camera went as well, I believe, right? Did Morgan's camera go?
Yeah, he used a camera, drone, and a light on that shoot. Luckily, he's a short. So, a lot went wrong with that shoot.
Have you guys got any favourite killers?
For me, I think Freddy Krueger as a solid, the Nightmare on Elm Street series, even the bad ones are fun. So, I'm a big Freddy fan.
I like Jason Voorhees, some of his kills.
Yeah.
Pretty epic.
Yeah.
So, I'll go with Jason Voorhees.
do we have any questions from our audience?
I've got one. So, was it last year you had the short version? Was it Romford Horror Festival, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. Or was it the Make Festival? I can't actually remember myself. But
yeah, I think it was the main.
The short version.
Yeah. We showed it here last year.
Yeah. So, how did you develop it from a short into a feature? And what were some of the challenges in making the longer runtime?
We used that scene as like a concept to raise money, basically, so we could just carry the story. So that was always the plan, just to make this kind of concept short and try and raise some money for an Indiegogo. Yeah, I mean, I kind of always knew it was going to be a feature film. But yeah, that was just the plan, just to have that short, try and get some hype around it, you know.
What was difficult about expanding the story itself?
I think just standing back and let the story take care of itself. Just kind of getting out of the way of the story, not kind of forcing anything. So just kind of making peace with that, let the story kind of tell itself.
Because the story was there originally, because the screenplay was originally written, wasn't it, for the writer Reese, he had a screenplay already.
It's
fully written.
A published screenplay out there to buy, and he sent it to me. I read it and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to make this film the way it is, so we just adapted it. I mean, it was set in America originally, got a screenplay. So I just kind of took a lot of scenes out and just adapted it, simplified it a little bit with the budget we had to. And yeah, pretty overwhelming first getting the script, thinking, God, how are we going to make a feature film like this? But yeah, just simplified it. Yeah.
Any other audience questions? Yeah, 1 second.
Thank you. You've got a great looking killer in your film, and honestly, I did not recognize you when you walked on stage, so well done.
That's a compliment.
Yes. In real life, you look very normal. So how did you go about developing both the look of this killer and also how did you find that performance? Because it's very striking.
So the look of the killer, Reese had a few, because Reese Thompson, the writer, had a few ideas in his head, and I think like obviously the mouth guard, I think he picked up from just watching MMA fights, right? And thought, how can this would be a cool look to implement into a horror. And I think with the spikes all over him, I think he thought back to there was a wrestling tag team called Legion of Doom, which had spikes everywhere, and I think that was based off that. I mean, I'm sure Reese has plenty of other inspirations too, but I remember those were two he told me. As far as like developing the character, he gave me references to work off, which was really handy. He told me Klaus Kinski's Nosferatu was one to study, and also there's a character in Last Action Hero called the Ripper, who pulled like really like visceral facial expressions, and he said he wanted that sort of look in the character. So I tried to implement those two. Those are my two sort of guidelines, and then also I just took into consideration the character himself and the fact that he was born with this gum disease which causes him a lot of pain, and so I tried to make him sort of grimace through his pain, and even the smiles I tried to sort of like make them shine through the pain that he was in, and then also he's a killer with a lot of motives. Like the story gives you a lot to work with as a killer, so it all just sort of came together the more I read the script and looked into it.
Anyone else? Put your hand up. I had one again. What's one thing you learnt making this film that you'll take with you in the future, or that you could give as maybe a piece of advice to someone else?
That's a tricky one. I mean, I learned a lot. I think if it's just subconsciously. I think obviously you have to make every second count, and you have to make every penny you spend count. It's such a low budget film. So you have to kind of learn to be a little bit thrifty and a little bit kind of business-like, I suppose, in order to make sure the film gets done. And I think, just again, trusting people's opinions as well. If other people in the crew, the cast have ideas, to listen to them. Because everyone wants the best for the film, that's working on the film. Not be too kind of, this is it, this is my way, this is how we do it. Just to kind of listen to everyone, get other people's input as well.
Anyone else? Yep. One more.
So great work in the film. I really enjoyed it. And so you directed, but also starred in the film. That's right, isn't it? How was that for you?
I kind of, again, it was a money thing because it's like, well, I'm here, so I thought I kind of fit the character. So I thought, because of the budget constraints, I can kind of step in and save the film a little bit of money, and then we can put that towards other things. But it is tricky because, like Mo was saying earlier, you have to watch the playbacks and it slows everything down. And again, it's times everything. You need to make the most of every second you get. So watching the playbacks is it's time consuming. So that's where the tricky thing comes in. And that's what I kind of wanted to do rather than there was some takes when I just trusted the DOP and the first AD. Just say, look, you direct me now. I'm going to step away from directing. You direct me. Because you've got to make the most of every second here. You might not have enough time for me to keep watching these playbacks.
I think that's it from audience questions.
What fears do you guys have?
I guess failing would be the biggest fear, really.
Yeah.
That's the fear. It's a tricky one, but, especially when it comes to filmmaking.
Yes.
It's so difficult. There's so much respect for filmmakers out there, because I know how difficult it is. Just failing. I mean, we kind of had ambitions for where we thought would be the top level of where this film could go in terms of streaming services and platforms and stuff like that. We had streaming platform we had in mind is Shudder.
Yes.
If we can get this film on Shudder, that would be the highest level we can take it.
Yeah.
Last week, Shudder confirmed they are going to be. They have picked up the film, which is like incredible. Because that was our ambition before we wanted. So because of that, it feels like we kind of succeeded.
Before this film, Jamie was teasing me with some news, and he says, I might break it during the Q&A. I had no idea about this, so that's actually amazing. I'm a big fan of Shudder, so that's incredible to hear. And that was when I was filming it, after doing the first scene, friends were asking me, what do you want from the film? And I was like, that would be amazing if it could be on Shudder, that would be a dream. So I'm very happy to hear that.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you for joining.